hello, my little sunflowers. How are you? How are you? It is New Year's Eve. As a matter of fact, New Year's Eve is over. It is officially New Year's Day on the East Coast.
Yes.
California haven't had have they had their New Year's coming yet?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet, but Happy New Year's to all of you on different time zones.
Hmm.
Right now it's 2:16 in the a.m. Boop. Exactly. So nevertheless, Baby Cone and I was sitting up here talking because I had every intention to go live earlier, but I didn't because I fell asleep. I had a busy day and I fell asleep. And Baby Cone didn't wake me up until 10 minutes before the countdown.
Hmm.
And so there you have it. But nevertheless, we got into an intellectual conversation about this is hopefully this won't be this hopefully this what I'm saying is just what is that word? A theory. What do you call people that what are we? Conspirators. This is a
Conspiracy
conspiracy. We
theory.
do conspiracies. So
Hmm.
this is a station where we do feed into conspiracies. And to me, and I can speak for Baby Crone, there is truths that are found in conspiracies.
Hmm.
Maybe not all, you just have to eat the meat and spit out the bones. That's what my mom said. Don't that sound old?
It does.
So just like sugar, honey, iced tea, that sounds so old. I got that from my mom. But anyway, so nevertheless, we was
Hmm.
thinking about. I've been listening to a lot of commentators, and we've been listening about the Trump situation with the Somalis. But this is what I found out. I found out that this was already done back in 2014 or 15.
Hmm.
They already arrested people. So when they went and they saw that a lot of these places was closed down, they had been closed down already because of they this had already made news. And this Shirley guy, what's his name? Shirley
Nick.
Jones, Shirley Nix,
Yeah, Nick Shirley.
their family is a part of MEGA. And apparently, this is a scheme of the president. This is what I'm hearing.
Hmm.
Okay, we're conspiracists, but I
Yep.
got the way my
That's what we
conspiracy.
heard.
That's what we heard. I may not be saying it exactly right, so don't quote me. This is live, so I don't have. I'm not going to be having Baby Chrome pull up pictures. So you just have to search it out for yourself. So anyway, I heard that what this is all about is the two major religions in the United States
Hmm.
is Christianity
Yep.
and Mormon,
Muslim.
Mormon,
Oh, okay.
Mormon, seven Latter Days. What is it? Latter Day Saints
Okay.
and the Latter Day Saints. They're the government of Utah. You understand? Just like Texas want to be independent, Utah want to be independent. And Utah, this is what I heard.
Hmm.
Utah want to make it a religious world. Like just the idea, if you haven't seen it, seen it. It's a part two coming out of it, and that is the Handmaid Club. That's what they want the United States to be about. The Democrats don't want that. So they're fighting against it with they want the Somalians here. They want any black ethnic group.
Hmm.
Any black, it don't matter. We'll take care of you, we'll lie to you. Why? Because at the end of the day, we'll group you all as black. I'll say every last one of you are black, even the blacks are black.
Hmm.
And you're all what black American, and especially those that was born in this country. So if you're born in this country, you really black, just like American.
Hmm.
However, the Americans are kicking back. The black Americans are saying, wait a minute, hold up. You are not an ancestor. You didn't come over here on those slave ships. My ancestors here did. Before America was, we was, is, and here. You can't
Hmm.
come and take our language no more. We're gonna have to drop African. Just like we're gonna have to say we are black Americans because everybody is coming in, and because of from what we're hearing, the Democratic Party want them in because they use them as black votes. So whatever they got to do to keep them, they use them as black votes. So if I got to steal give you this, give you that. This is all politics. And like I said, I'm not your queen in politics. I'm like your page. I'm just starting to understand these things. And so when I have a little bit of knowledge, I'll play it forward. But this is my theory on all of it. They're saying that the president, even people that are voting for Trump, saying this is all about a conspiracy, that about Charlie Kirk dying. All of this is about a religious thing because they want to make America great again by bringing her back to her religious roots. Let me say this. I don't see anything wrong with that. I can live under that. If I feel safe and there are no bombings, I can live with that. I can live with anybody if they love this country, if they're going to live right and abide by the system. I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you hear people talk about that, the Antichrist is coming and this guy, then you be like, wait a minute, an Antichrist is someone that's secretive, that's someone that's going against a principle, that don't want to share in the Christ principle. Okay? So that would be your Antichrist. But if they have a Christ religion, maybe they're not going against, they're not the Antichrist. Maybe they're anti-ideology.
Okay.
This is so tricky. So anyway, what I come up to think, this is what I thought of. I thought of, when I heard this, and I think I heard it from Starkey. She had an interesting view. And I felt like, just look at her and you could see it's so much information, but just taking bits and pieces. This is what my conclusion is. I think that Trump wasn't in office back in those days. And I think that he have an agenda. And if it is going to the party that is religious, I personally don't have a problem with that because I grew up in a religious home. I grew up under Christianity. I've been a Christian all my life. My blood say Christian. So my ancestors are from slaves and they was given the religion Christianity. So Christianity is all I know. But even though I don't practice the faith, I am still born a Christian. That makes sense? So I got Christian roots. So to me, I really wouldn't feel it. I don't know how bad it would become. That's the thing. I don't know. But if all is fair and all is wonderful, however, before this thing really take root the way they want it, you and I would probably be gone.
Oh, okay.
We're looking at 50 years, 40 years. Because remember 30, because the Somalians said it took us 30 years to get where we are today. You could build a city. They built up Japan, I think, of one of those cities in 30 years. So I say within 30 years, of course, I don't think I would be here. And if I was, I wouldn't be here. In 30 years, you could possibly be here. So you understand what I'm saying? So when I think about this, I'm thinking even this guy that came on, he was saying, America belonged to us. Trump, you won't get to see it. So, and they're saying this is what the Somalians do. Wherever they go in to take over. They go for the infrastructure. What I said earlier, I say today, I don't trust them because of how clever they are. They're very mental, very clever, and very bold to come into other countries. They have already taken over Italy, or they done taken over other countries. You got to understand, this is going on all over the world. And they have taken over other places and religion. And so now they're trying to take over here, and they got it in the gut. But the government knew about it. Why they decide to wait, I think they was waiting for the season.
Oh, okay. True. Everything has a time and a season.
A season. Charlie Kirk got shot. Candace Owens been ranting on and on about a conspiracy. We've been on that for about 4 months. And now with all the conspiracy thinking and coming out, people getting busted. And then we've been having a hell of a year. And not mention the California fires. So it has hit everybody. So now we're down to the deportation versus the Mexicans. Now it's this. And now the Somalians. And they're saying, and all they're trying to do is get rid of the undesirables. They're trying to get rid of the ones that are not legally here. The problem is that so many came here, had babies, and we, as to me, I'm sorry, I think that's silly. It's silly because you have a baby in this country, it becomes to the United States. First of all, what boldness? That's cocky. You come from England and you have a baby here. We claim it as ours when the mother and father is English. Come from, they're British, they're African, they're Asian. That's with no papers. They just here on a green card or a visitation or whatever. So they have a child that belongs. Why would you want to take on the world? And I think that's what happened. I think that United States done bit off way more than it could chew. Being so generous, being a superpower, trying to help everybody, trying to feed everybody, trying to bring in everybody, and all those countries that got caught up in this feeling sorry for these nations. I get it. Because if we didn't, what would become of the Jews? What would become of, so we step in. We step in and we try to help. But what happens is you get people that come to your country and they won't simulate. And so they become their own regime, their own army, their own sect. And they begin to multiply and they deliberately have these babies so they can take over your government, create armies. I know that sounds far-fetched, but when you look at it, is it? When they telling you, we're going to take over. We already paying out. We already you paying us. They're telling us. We laugh as it's a joke. And we laugh like, because we are a great power, but every great power has fallen because of arrogance, because of being cocky, because of what is that word? When you underestimate your component. They pirates. And another thing I notice about the United States, no offense, but I gotta say it, is so many women are in power. And one thing, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but when I see you got all these different women from other countries in power, we got to vet. We got to make sure they are citizens and that they have been citizens at least 20 years. Why? Because that's a generation. From the time a child is born, you carrying it, it is born to the time it's 20. Before it's 21, it gets to have all the nurturing, good or bad. Because a lot of times when your children are 18 years old, they're not ready to leave the house. And if they were, they would have gone already at 16 or 17, 15. But your majority home out of love and raised out of love and not a broken home. I'm talking about, I'm not saying the father got to be there, the mother got to be there. They just brought up in love by grandmama. They brought up in love by Medea. They brought in love. So if you raised in love and somebody care about you and educate from a sound background, you're a different person. So I'm looking at those that's coming from good backgrounds. Now, when the president speaks, he's not speaking to every Somalian, but in this case, I think he is, because you've been separated for so long. You would not assimilate. You've done things to offend people. No offense. Many of you, you wear your whatever that is.
The hijab.
The hijab. You have your own flag. You praise your country. Many of you can't speak proper English. And if they wanted to, they can start testing. You got to be able to speak English legibly.
They really could do that.
And that alone would take half of you out of here.
A lot of you.
Because many of you have been here long enough where you should speak English. At least enough where Americans can understand you. And this is no put down. Because I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just trying to see how we're going to work this out. So do I think he won them all? I think after this, and I think he's talking about the ones, and I don't know. He could be talking about everybody from Somalian. Clearly, he don't trust you, he don't like you, and he don't want you here. And so you got to question the Somalians that saying, I ain't going nowhere. Why would you want to? I'm just asking. Why would you want to stay in a relationship with someone who don't want to be in a relationship with you? They're using you. They're using you for votes. And since the blacks are separating, they need more blacks. So this is all about vote. I can't blame them. They vote people.
Yeah.
That's their revenue.
Desperate
People
times call for desperate measures.
Come on, talk, baby Chrome. I've been talking long enough now.
I know. I'm just like, if you get desperate enough, you start begging anything and everyone to come.
You ain't say nothing but the truth. Go ahead.
That's all, really.
And I'm saying, I can't fault them. Why? Because this is what it's all about. Who gonna be in power?
Oh, pass me a fan. Sorry.
Who gonna be in power?
That is a good question. Who is going to be in power?
Will it be the Democrats or the Republicans? Who do you want? I know what I want. I do want to make America great again. Why wouldn't I? I'm an American. In all of its beauty. And what it was meant to be. But it can't be if you got radicals. Their only thing is to take over and worship. That can't, no. Even Americans have to draw a line. Why? Because we're going to vote, and our vote matters. We're the people's vote. You understand? So we do have a small say in who will become president. The electoral votes matter. They choose, but we get to choose from the electoral votes. That's the people's final say. You know, so I'm saying at this point, I don't know. I don't know what to say. All I know is this. I had a dream about 2004 or 2001, somewhere it's 2001, I think.
21?
Let me see. Let me pull this up. Keep talking for me, baby, while I go and look for this. Because I want to pull it up because I keep a journal.
Yes, your dream journal of
everything. I journal. I really do. I think it's helpful. And sometimes I write in it and sometimes I don't. But I had a dream and I just had it. And I said, I'm going to put something in it so I won't forget where this page is. But did I forget? Yeah, I probably did.
Is it right there where that paper clip is right here? That could have been something that marked it.
Did I? No. I had it. I did.
As y'all see, it's a nice thick book. Leather, love it.
I can't find it. But anyway, I had a dream. And I just had it. That's the thing. Is this it? Do you know? And I don't have on my glasses, so I really can't see. So anyway, what this dream had, let me tell you this dream I had. This is about 3-4 years ago. I don't know. I can't find it to give you the exact date. I had a dream that from the back of my yard, I woke up. It was like it was real. Like it was like daytime. I literally woke up out my sleep and I went to the bathroom in my bedroom. I just went right there to my bathroom. And then I came back. But when I was coming back from the bathroom, it was early in the morning. When I came back from the bathroom, I could see from my back window that all of the land was gone. all the land. It was just nothing but water. And remember, I live up on a hill, so I live like this, and it's like here, and then somebody lived there,
Mhm.
and like I live like that. So it's like, so it was like when I came, I couldn't see no land. It was like a beach.
Mhm.
But when I went to look at the window and look outside, I saw that it wasn't at the window sill. It was down below, like, like the water cascade down, which would be likely so when I looked at the dream again, because we live up on the hill, so water runs downstream.
Mhm. What we didn't think about was mudslides.
Right, mudslide. But my house is a concrete foundation. It is definitely concrete. So anyway, I go running through the house. I run and I go to the house and say, I'm waking up baby Crone. I'm waking up my roommates. I'm not roommate, but at the time I'm saying, wake up everybody.
Mhm.
I'm literally doing this. I said, there's a flood. What we going to do? So anyway, at the moment of me going to tell everybody about it, getting a planned action, how we going to be safe, because no water was in my house. I mean, it could have been on the lower level. I didn't go down to check. I wasn't on that mindset.
Mhm.
I just wanted to make sure everybody in my home was okay. Now, listen to these key things. I want to make sure everybody was okay. I was in a panic mode. I saw what was happening. But then when I ran to the front of my house, and then my doorbell rang, and I'm like, who is at my door? So
Mhm.
I run, I answer my doorbell. I'm standing, I kind of got a foyer, foyer, and then you got the family room, and then, anyway, I go to the door, I answer the door, and it's my niece.
Mhm.
I said, where are you? I said, where's your mom? She says she's not here. Now my sister's gone. She died.
Mhm.
And when I looked out the window, everything was calm, but it was different. It was like I was living in a foreign country.
Mhm.
Like, but life was going on. Everything was okay. But the back of my house was flooded.
Mhm.
Not flooded, but it had changed the terrain. Everything about it had changed. My back,
Mhm.
I couldn't see no more houses. It was like I was on a beach or something, but I didn't feel like I was on a beach. I felt horrified.
Mhm.
And so when my niece came, she grounded me. So when I go to open the door, I'm rushing her in. I'm thinking how you get here. And
Mhm.
I don't remember if she said my mother bought me or whatever, but she's here. And I, and I couldn't believe it. Like it was like, how you see red houses, just different.
Mhm.
Many different color houses, was different color houses. It was different. It was like I don't know, some places where you go in tropical places, you see different color houses. Well, they were different color. It was beautiful. Now it could have just been beautiful, not tooting my neighborhood. It could have just been beautiful because I live in a beautiful neighborhood. I have to say that.
Mhm.
Would you agree?
Yeah, true, but
I maybe that's
wait,
why
wait, wait,
I
wait.
struck it as beautiful. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, just at least, I mean, I wasn't in the dream. I mean, in your dream, yes, but
You was in it because
yes, I was in your dream. But for me, if I
you
had
wasn't
saw,
a major character.
yeah, if I was in your position and I had saw the front of the house looking different, like you said, I would think it was beautiful just for the fact of the vibrancy of the colors, because it just is vivid, lively, cheerful, and it
Mm-hmm.
kind of reminds you of the greater times, or like hope after the floods.
Mm-hmm. And so I knew instinctively that dream was a message to me. But I wasn't able to figure it out. Like I mean, this is like 4 years. I told you I'm one of them people see things. If I tell you something, it may not happen tomorrow. It may happen 5 years from now, or who knows.
Mm-hmm.
But but now that I am lucid
Mm-hmm.
and I'm aware, the dream is starting to appeal itself. I wish I could find it. Let me find it.
Yes,
But
you need to put your
anyway,
glasses on.
I'm gonna look for my glasses. So anyway, I just want the date of this dream because I think that date is significant.
It really is.
I need to find And you know,
So I would really like to know what moon phase it was and what season of the
okay.
year it was
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah. That's all
curious.
wonderful. That's all. I want to keep talking for me while I.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
hope you out there being safe. Talk to them about safety, that they being safe, and you.
Yes. I hope you guys are being safe out here on the new day, New Year's Eve slash New Year's Day
I can't
morning.
find my new glasses. I just have to put these on.
Hopefully you guys are being safe out here and enjoying your New Year's. You have wishes that plans, not maybe resolutions, but hope everybody's safe, happy outside.
Happy outside. You try, huh?
I tried.
She try. Hold on. I'm just trying to do it. We are live, so I baby consider some when people always say why I talk a lot. You see why? I can't depend on her to come through. I have to do it. But I know that when you all see it, it may look like I'm open, but I know my daughter and I know when she wants me to step in. Or sometimes I do have something to say and I do. And just like when you love somebody, you may cut them off. You don't mean to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that what you have to say, it could be a fleeting thought, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be a fleeting thought at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is so crazy because I took the time. Oh, I'm turning my book. We don't want to do that. Here it is.
There we go.
Wait a minute. Let me see if this is. It says dream come true. Is this possible? No, I don't think this was it. That was another dream. Girl, these things are old. No, this is not it.
Hopefully
I'm gonna
you guys
have to
don't hear
stop
that
because
on
this
mine.
is so rude, and I can't. I just want to
I don't
find
have
the
it.
date, and the reason why I'm so frustrated because I took the date and I put it in my mind. I know it's in my mind, but I can't. I with the camera being on,
I mean,
my
it,
mind won't relax enough to just go into the files and dig it out.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it was 4 years ago. Because if I can think of the year, so I think I should go back to 2001. I think it was in September of 2001 because I keep journals for like, oh my God, I can have a journal for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, I'm gonna go back and read it, but for whatever reason, I never do. I never
I
ever
know
like.
that for a fact.
This is the first
I'm
time
the same
me
way.
going back to my stuff, and because this dream, I wrote it down because it left such an impression on me. So I'm still in 2001.
I still remember slightly a little bit of a dream you was talking
Go
about
ahead,
that
share
we're
that.
pretty much experiencing right now. When you was talking about, I think this was towards the very beginning of the pandemic, where you're saying that there was a shift, and one of those, what do they call it? It's something you see like at a amusement park, one of those rocking ships that they rock you back and forth with.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you was saying was like the feeling that you was getting in this dream was that whatever you was getting ready to go through was like a push. And like it was just getting ready to start, so like we were feeling the tremors where we was like trying to get like our footing, like we felt it moving. And now I think we're in full swing.
And I was feeling that, and it seems like it's going that way. But like I said, tomorrow we're going to talk about
Happy
that.
New Year's. Thank you.
Happy New Year's. You see, I'm over here stuck. See, we come on late like this because I can't find it. But I think it was in either 2001. I'm just being so rude because this is so off the cuff, and I couldn't
because it
find
was
it.
shortly after the pandemic. Because you also had a dream about the pandemic as well.
I had a dream about
Way
that
before that.
pandemic, and in the pandemic, I dreamt that they were giving vaccinations, that it was mandatory. And I likened it to when I was a little girl, how they used to vaccinate us back in the day. And that I don't know when that stopped, but I know I was vaccinated and I knew that they were giving vaccinations. That's all I knew. And that's what my mind compared to, that it was mandatory because I got my vaccination in school. That's where they used to get the little colored girls, the little colored boys. You go to school, whatever, you got vaccinated. I don't even know if my mom even had any say about it. Could have brought a note
Probably
home or
not back
something.
then. They didn't care.
I remember they used to give us sugar cubes, and you said to eat those. Like,
Oh, happy birthday.
happy birthday to
Sorry you got to
ya.
spend it at work though.
Oh, happy birthday,
Capricorn.
Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let me see a sign. Let me pick a card for Capricorn for her birthday.
Okay.
Let me pick a card. Let me pick a card. See what we have. Let's see what we have facing this Capricorn. Oh, let me get my
Birthday on
cards
the
out.
new year. I love that. That's
I'm
amazing.
just going to grab a card. I don't know, shuffle them up a little bit. Capricorn, Capricorn, what befalls you for facing this year? I hope it's nothing but goodness.
Mm-hmm. Especially because you the first. Oh, okay.
Capricorn,
I like that.
Capricorn, it seems this is financial. It just seems like right now you twixt in between. It could be money, it could be your job, it could be a relationship, it could be anything, but you're twixt in between and you got some serious decisions to make because in the background, you know you have to. It could have been something you've been putting off because you feel a little wobbly, if that's the best way. You can't see the cards, but the water is wobbly. So you have to come up and make a decision which is best for you. And that's what I see for you and your card. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it helped.
Yes, that was good.
Okay. And the sun is shining. So whatever you choose to do, it'll work in your favor. And look at everything as a lesson. Lesson learned. So,
I like that.
so anyway, back to my dream. If is anybody there? If anybody want a quick reading, please
Yep, the number is
give me.
running right across. The
Running
bottom.
right across the street. I got my cards right here, and I could just grab one. Just grab a card. I like that.
She said it's all three. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all three.
Mm-hmm. But on the different things that she was listing off, that it could be that she's twixt in between.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Because whatever decision you make, it's going to be the right decision for you. Trust that. Walk in that. Walk in that.
Mhm.
And you know, life always going to give you a hiccup anyway. It seems like as soon as you run it smooth and just, life come around and say, pop. You're too comfortable. You need some drama, you know?
For real.
And you know what? I think that it's the drama that keep us alive. Because if we didn't have no drama, we'd be bored to death.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair
So,
enough.
so anyway, when I had this dream, I can't remember. But now, let me give you an interpretation of what I got of the dream so far. From the back of the dream, I'm looking at it as water.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of water, it's life. So maybe it's a wave of people. If you see it differently, please, please, please tell me. It's a wave of people that's coming through America or been coming through. A wave that is so gigantic that they're like locusts. They're eating up all the substance. And so in order for, this is all a part of what my conspiracy is, but not the dream. The dream happened, but this is the conspiracy part. My thing is that the president say if he knew about it, it was saved for this day because we're ready for it. Because now we see that he's been getting people out of the country like he said he was.
Mm-hmm.
You all right, baby?
Yes, I'm all right.
Maybe I shouldn't put you to the side. Because your booty hurt.
My booty hurt.
Oh, here, you want my pillow?
No, I'm just.
You gonna slap? See, this is such a spare of the moment. Oh, wait. She got booty boots.
I don't know why I thought I was gonna be able to sit there that long.
Well, anyway, so where did I leave off? You could at least let me finish a thought.
Sorry.
That booty was hurting her.
It was. I was trying to endure it. I couldn't endure it any longer.
A wooden stool. But I have a sofa.
Yes.
Oh, I told you to do that earlier.
Oh.
But make sure you turn around so you could be heard in the mic.
Oh,
so
okay.
Anyway, I had this dream. Oh, and I said it was a wave of people that came through. That's what I'm assuming. It may not be. But it overwhelmed us. Mm-hmm. And not only is it overwhelming America, it's this problem going on in other countries. They're being overwhelmed too. Sidebar. I just want to know, why do people have so many babies at hard time? When I'm stressed, maybe because I'm from a country, when I'm stressed and I'm hungry, sex is not where my mind is.
Mhm.
But I know a lot of these women come from countries where they can't have birth control.
Oh, okay.
They Muslim. They have to do what their husband tells them to do in the bed. You understand?
Mhm.
There were some religions where they would cut off the unit, the female genitalia. I don't know if they do that now, but I'm sure in some primitive way people still practice undercover.
Mhm.
They always do.
Yeah.
And you know what? I often wonder, why do men? I know why men are jealous of women.
Why?
Because we can conceive and we can give life, literal. In other words, we can bring life into the world. We can nurse. And if we can nurse, that means if we're that powerful that we can give life force, liquid water, and turn liquid water into milk for a baby,
Yeah.
okay? Then my God, what could we be when we rise up and say, hey, we want to be heard?
Exactly.
When we see women in high places.
Mm-hmm.
The saddest part is, I don't think, my opinion, I don't think that these seats should be given. I think they should be given to people that's been in the country for 20 years, that has proved their loyalty, not been in here for 5 and 10 years, 20. You etched in stone. And I think where we can follow you, you know, that that's what I think, and come to think about it, when Barack became president, that was one of the things that they were fussing about. Was he a US citizen? So here we are
that's
dealing
true.
with the same thing again. And yet he became president. So this is sticky. And that is another thing with the wave, But my thing is, you just can't be here if you don't want to be here. But I know they're like, we don't have nowhere to go. Yes, you do. I tell you what it's like when you have nowhere to go. When you are a slave and you have nowhere to go, not even a dump, not even a backyard, nothing, not even a family member. That's where you say you have nowhere to go. So America is what, 250 years? So
Yeah.
America's 250 years. So look
That's
how
all.
long it took before it became a country. We've been here before there were buildings. We, African Black Americans. But we now are not Africans. We just can't.
Yeah, we're just Americans.
We're just Black Americans. The confusion have to stop. Now, I remember back in the day when James Brown said, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. We chose that. I was a little kid. I wasn't a little kid, but I was young. I was still like, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. Because that was a fight. Because we were called colored. In the 70s, colored folk. We were still colored. And they were still lynching. It was still racism, far and few, but it was still happening in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 50s and 40s. And we're dealing with it again. I remember my parents saying, I don't know if we should be called Black, because they were looking at it, because my mother was like, I'm not Black. But it's a construct.
Right.
It means with the color Black, all colors. So when you call them white people, in my opinion, but this is a fact, they're limited. They can't reproduce color. They devoid of it. Black people, we have melanin. And so because of that, we can do more. And so when you can endure that sun, imagine we are colored folk, people that can endure the sun. Our hair is meant to rise for worship. You understand? When you got that 4C, it meant it's out there for the sun, for protection. My hair isn't. I got thin, well, medium fine. Well, I used to have medium fine hair, but now I'm a little thin as I get older. But other than that, I mean, I had a head full of hair, but you know, as you get older, you lose some things, menopause, you know, all that good stuff. But nevertheless, I just really feel like we're really going through a transition in this country. And I really feel as though that you have to choose what's more important to you. What is it? Because the way it's going, and for whatever reason that the Trump administration is dealing with this, it needs to be dealt with.
Mhm.
I was thinking, this is the thing that really gets me, and I have to really hold back.
Mhm.
When I see allegedly, because I don't know, but that's what they said, so I don't have to allege. They said they've gotten billions. Let me rephrase this.
Yeah, 6 billion.
6 billion. I heard 6 billion. I've heard 9 billion
Uh-huh.
and counting. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
6 billion. You could have gave reparation to every black family in the United States that was an indigenous root. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So don't tell me that you can't afford to pay us.
Mm-hmm.
That's proved to me you can't. You can't.
Right.
You can send out checks every whatever, like they do the lottery until paid off or whatever the 40 acres and a mule equal to.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that, I could have fell back. But the Democratic Party, I believe, this is who's doing this, is what I'm told. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they use red and blue. So the red is for, I asked her here's my phone.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, I'm starting to really get into it. And if you're not into this politics, you better get into it, or else you're going to be left in the dark and things are going to be happening and you're not going to know. And this is a time to know your Bible, because this is true and it's happening. And I just want to know, what is a blue state, or what is just give me one. The Democrat is what? So I don't know if Trump is red.
Democratic Party
Is blue.
blue.
Is blue. Okay. So we have the Democratic Party. So what they say by the red party, that the Democrats are doing this. But if the Democrats are doing that, that's dirty pool, right? You want those black votes, and no matter what, because it's about, we may say, who would do all that? This is the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is a power game. Cargo. What? Slaves are cargo. You can't get Americans like that, because now we are Americans. We see, we've been here. You know, oh, say, can you see by the stars' early light? You know, we see now. What so proudly we hailed by the dawn's early light. We see. They don't play the other part because it's racist, but it's truth. So, but what we do see, we hold these things to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And our Constitution. But the Constitution, to me, you're going to have to revive it and make those thee and thous a little bit more yes and no, or take the yays and the nays, or whatever the way they spoke with that British concept.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to change it, not all of it, but bits and pieces to make things clear and coherent. You understand? What do you mean? Keep the old.
Mm-hmm.
Don't change not one dot of it.
Okay.
But then you make a new, and that's where you have your addendums.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Never get rid of the old. But it needs to be revived. And they see this. And so in order to do this, you need power. Mm-hmm. So one of the things people are saying too, that Trump want to run again. People are scared about this. He did 8 terms and he wants to run again. People hearing Kamala Harris want to run.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was a sign that says Beyonce, that says Barack Obama, would you want me to run again? Because they're finding a clause in the Constitution. They're finding clauses. Because the question is, if Trump if he does something, like I told you all earlier, look back at my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking conspiracy. He gonna do something so magnetic, so powerful. This is what I'm thinking. This is what it would take. That he and his followers, and his government are going to do something so profound that the world is going to follow after him.
Oh, okay.
If he can pull it off. Because so far he's ending wars. You know, even Democrats are coming over and say, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, hold up. You know, but what if at the end he does something so spectacular that you can't help but want him to be president again? And let's say because he wants to fill his agenda.
Yeah, that is true. He definitely does.
You need time. Or let's say it don't. And maybe that would be the loophole. Well, if he could run again, then Barack could say, I could run again.
It's all fair game now.
All fair game. Why? But not saying this is all conspiracy, people. This is just another way to see things, okay? And because I can see it, then it can be conceived. Whatever you can see clearly, you can give birth to it. I can't, but the situation looks like this is something powerful that's happening. Because right now, why would you wait? If this was already happening in 2014 or 15, and now we in 2026, timing. And with this Charlie Jones, what's his name? Nick? Shirley Kirk, they're saying that he is a plant. They're saying he's not a journalist. They're saying things about him like his mother, it was during COVID.
Yeah, they did a whole deep dive on him.
Yeah, they did a deep dive saying his mother's in love. Her mother, they trying to allude to incest. That they were broke at the time. That the Democratic Party is using Shirley. They say how he come up with all that information. How did he meet that man? Yeah, they plausible. But sometimes, like I told you about Candace, sometimes powerful people can wait it out. They can wait 10 years because they thinking of a master plan. Ain't nothing but dust inside my hand. They thinking of that, right? So you got to understand, we're thinking today, next year. They're thinking 50 years from now. They got a playbook, conspiracy thinking. So to me, for it to come out now, they could have set it on fire then, but they didn't. Why? Because now we're ready. The American people are ready now because YouTube, the powers to be, their own YouTube says now we're ready. Doesn't mean what they're doing is fake. What they're doing is right. But people are asking, why now? My question is, the season is right. The hearts are open. People are struggling. They've lost jobs. Everything had to come into play. So now it's right. So now you see a rising president that said, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to cut everything off. So we're sitting back, oh my God. You know, we're going to cut it off. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do? But if you want to get rid of them, we all got to suffer for a little while. This is conspiracy thinking. You understand? If I want to run out roaches, you take all your stuff from the cabinet, you push it to the side. That means you remove, right? You're distracting something. What are you moving? Someplace for them to hide. So if you break their finances, they've been exposed, you're not giving them no public assistance, no help, what will happen? I was saying, well, many of them have stores, but in time the food run out. Huh? You know, when you can't pay your rent or mortgage, you can't pay your taxes. Maybe you can for a couple of years, but as long as it takes for them to get that allotted amount of people out, I think they want 80% gone.
That's a good.
Because the number I kept hearing is 80%. 80% of people and 84 84,000 people that live in Minnesota of that region, because we found out it's not just them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that them. They just the largest. They the largest, I think, in the United States.
Mm-hmm. There's just
But you got
Right.
Indians there. It's like when you go there, it's like you going to a different country with different cultures. One of the things that other people, other cultures say, but we blend.
Mm-hmm.
We what's that word they use? We simulate.
Mm-hmm.
We take on your culture. We're grateful to be here. We ain't coming here talking smack. We coming here humble.
Mm-hmm.
We doing this. We ain't trying to take over and rule. We just here humbly.
Mm-hmm.
Please have mercy on us. And so a lot of these people are thinking that the United States is a birthday cake, sweet and juicy. But I hate to say this, and I hope that I'm not offending anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the country that dropped bombs. Was it on Hiroshima?
Mm-hmm.
This country. This is this country that held blacks into despicable slavery, unthink of,
Mm-hmm.
unimaginable, unimaginable. And my people survived in that. Do I make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So don't underestimate what the powers would do when they want something.
Mm-hmm.
Because after all, we're all just pawns in this game.
Right.
We are collateral damages.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to make a pain go away, if I say, okay, you poor, I already know I took you out, I give you $1 million, you happy. The pain of your lost one may hurt, but you can move on.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to fix the wound. And this is what I'm saying. After this,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that they can afford, knowing that they let it go on even longer with billions, now, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's only fair that we get reparations because you gave it to the outsiders. They didn't earn it.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't here from the beginning. You came, you took us and made us your people. You made us British. You taught us your language. You did all of that, your education. For every true American, you are indoctrinated with the United States Constitution of America.
Mm-hmm.
You think like an American and you eat like an American. And many that don't like it leave. But I bet you many of them, not all, hold on to their citizenship. Because at the end, today, I can't think of no other day.
Uh-huh.
At today, this is milk and honey. They do feed the hungry. You can go, I see other countries, they don't have no food for the hunger.
That's true.
No, I knew a friend one time, and he was in Jamaica, and he said they were poor. I said, well, he said, we would go days without eating. I said, why don't you just go to a church, and the church would feed you? He said they were hungry too. I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
My ancestors might know it, but I don't know anything about that. I've never been hungry a day of my life unless I wanted to be. What about you?
Yeah.
I mean, I always had something to eat, huh?
I said, unless I chose to be hungry.
Unless I chose to be hungry. So I can't understand that. He said 2-3 days. I couldn't believe it. So that's what I'm saying. We haven't seen and we haven't been around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what's going on. But in my dream, that front was a new America. It wasn't the same. So brace yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Change is coming. And it's like a tidal wave. And it may take a few years. But I don't know what it's going to become.
Okay.
What?
Oh, nothing. I was saying, what do you mean?
Oh, huh?
I was just saying, what do you mean?
I don't know what is to come. I don't know what our future is at this point.
Oh, okay.
But I know that multicolor houses, multicolored people. That's what it shows. Today, it's like a wave of people over the years has come through. And my sentiment, and I think after this I'm done, my sentiment is I think America is too generous. I think America is so gullible. I think that America has so much in abundance. She's always fighting somebody's war. She's always helping. And I think that we bit off more than we could chew. And I think she is correct. Right now, for you, I don't understand the white people right now. I don't understand where you were in our day. Yes, there were always white people, but not in the magnitude that it is now. I don't understand why you would want your people to go lack and bring in another subculture to try to replace. I don't know if that's worth a vote. I don't know if selling out my country is worth a vote. Maybe if you're honest, and maybe if you do things that are nice and spectacular, maybe you can win your people over. Matter of fact, I know you can. And a lot of people has jumped ship. Wouldn't you? He's making moves. The president is making moves. He's doing what he said he was going to do. So whether this is the wrong time or the right time, I still see conspiracists out there still trying to take down, what's her name? Kurt, his wife.
Erica Kurt.
Erica. Why? What is there to gain? What is there to gain? If she didn't take a life, what is there to gain? Her past? Her climb to the top? Look where you are. How did you get there? You know, what got these people in power? Your parents? You slept with someone? You sold out? You kept a secret? What? Clock that. What did you do? So at this point, going after her for what? It makes no sense at this point. For whatever reason, she could have been a whore and Calcutta. What does it matter? She found Jesus. And she said Jesus saved and changed her life.
That's what it's all about.
Isn't that what it's all about? I put my right hand up. I take my right hand down. I put my right hand up and I shake it all about. I do the revelation of the president, you see. And that's what it's all about. Hokey pokey. No, you understand what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to wrap up. But my point is that there's so much going on. And at the end of the day, I think that's what the dream was telling me. We're headed for big changes. And in order for change hurt.
That's true. Nobody likes change.
You know, what if you're saying, okay, think about it, male or female, you in a relationship, you lose your loved one. You love that person so much, you can't even imagine how you're going to live the next day because they gone. Change. You went to school all these years just to get your PhD, and now you got it, and now you're like, what am I going to do? Change. You left from your mama's house, now you're on your own. Life is full of changes, and every change is an adjustment. Right?
Yep.
So I see, and sometimes to get rid of, to grow, you have to let things go. And sometimes to let things go is very, very painful for all of us. But we're in a quagmire because we got half of the people saying, I want the immigrants to stay.
Yep.
Me, I just want to make America good again. Great. I want to see us not fighting. I want to see us not getting to everybody's war. She's so generous, but she's generous with the people's money. We have no say. And we vote these people, and be careful who you vote into power. But you can't blame them.
We
What do
can't.
you do when you see crying people and babies on a ship, and they not a ship but a boat, and they got like 150 people, and you like, oh my God, and you see what do you do? You laughing? Okay, so that's funny to you.
It sounds like you write the
Back in
sympathy.
the day, they used to show that stuff on TV. You
I
don't know,
get.
you weren't born.
No, I get it. I'm just like to play on the people's sympathy. Oh, we gotta help. Oh.
Yeah, that's how we feel, but we gotta be hard now, because what I've learned,
It's hard in this country.
it's hard in this country. They told you that because they wanted you to come for a vote.
They did. They lied. They deceived
They
you.
lied. But we tried to tell you don't trust them. But that's not true, because I do. It's who you trust. Because that's like saying every white person is bad, and that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That is, and I gotta speak for the other half of my soul. Because not every white person is a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Not every white person is a racist, and not every black person. Because I see a white man and a black man, they equal to me. Because they done trained us enough to know the white man and the black man, this war's between you and me. And I see them joining hands now.
They are. They are.
What do you mean? I
Got
see
to
the
in
white
this
boys doing rap. Timothy Chalamet.
Mm-hmm.
I see the white girls wanting a big butt. Now they don't want the big butt. White girls want big lip. Now they don't want big lip. Big hair. Now they wearing braids and weaves. And I'm like, why y'all wearing wigs? Why y'all wearing wigs? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So the world is changing. And I think that now that, to me, it's like you're trying to, I think that somebody out there, the Democratic Party, I don't know, is trying to change, because the blacks are independent now, becoming more and more self-sufficient, speaking out, moving up, making money, educated, know what to do, can take care of their families. We're not not all, but we're not a drain on the system like all these foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
So things are definitely changing. So as they change, brace it. But just know this one thing: if you walk away with nothing, walk away with this. The president, his optimum plan. Now, whether he do it or not, I don't know. That's what I'm waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do something so spectacular
Mm-hmm.
that's going to make people want to vote for him again.
Okay.
I know it's probably hard to see it right now, but unless he prepares somebody else to take his job, but that would mean the Republican Party have to rule again.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll
I
see.
see it, huh?
And I said, we'll see.
We'll see. We just have to wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I hope, and everything that I said, I'm glad that I got that out and I shared it.
Oh, that's
Do
good.
you think that it's legible, the things that I said?
Yeah, it was legible.
I know it was kind of like, but that's the way I think. And if you follow me, you know, because that's the way information come. It can come in a wave, and then it'll take you over here, and then it'll take. It's no structure to when you're channeling. It's just wave, and you follow a wave. But then another wave can come in and take you over there. So but the key to me is when I can't keep up with the waves, I know that I can't read anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because right now I'm sharper with the waves. I'm getting more and more sharper with the waves, because you have to be able to transition when you're channeling. So I hope that I put it out there, because I had thought about this, because we were talking about it before I came live. So I hope that you sit back and watch it to the end. I know it's been about 2 hours or an hour and a half. I hope you enjoyed it or get something out of it. Please leave a comment down below. And besides, when I come out early this morning, I always come out early because I always feel like nobody else is going to be watching, and I could make my mistakes and blunders and nobody know. And so once it's out there, I don't care. But if I did it like in the daytime, I would be more nervous. What do you think? I'm more comfortable when it's like in the weedy hours.
It's your time. It's your time. This is in your
That's
usual.
right. This is she right. This is where I come alive around about 3, 2 o'clock in the morning. This is me. Witching hours. Me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and let your yes be yes, and on the back it say no, and let your no be no. And we bring in the new year with that. Let
Yeah.
your yes be yes, and let your no be low. No more wibbly wobbly for the lady that called in. Make a decision and stand firm, but make the best decision
I like that.
for you. For you, not your kids, not your mama, not your papa, because at the end, you're the one who's going to have to deal with it. So make the best decision you can out of all your situations. And sometimes we're limited.
Yeah.
Bear that in mind. And so, with that being said, please, if you like this, give us a thumbs up. Hey, if you haven't subscribed and you want to be a part of this esoteric station, please join and become a sunflower. You know they have thousands of seeds in that pod. So become a sunflower and spread that food in the earth, because God knows what the world needs now is love.
For
And
real.
with that, what do we say?
Sunflowers.